Let's imagine that you want to change a theme and you would like the theme to look like this I have here right now. Therefore, today I'm going to show you how to create a site like this with a Blocksy theme. So if you're interested, buckle up because it's going to be a bit longer ride than usual. Okay, the theme you're seeing right now is a Cadence theme. But now I'm going to show you how to create a similar site with a Blocksy theme. If you don't know what the Blocksy theme is, it's a new theme, approximately 7,000 active installations at the moment. And as you see, more than 250 5-star reviews. It's a powerful theme, and in order to install it, go to Appearance, Themes, and click on Add New. Search for Blocksy and install it. If it's done, then activate. And now you'll see the notification that it would be wise to download the Blocksy Companion. It's a small add-on which will let you have access to some custom extension, so on. So let's download it. The Blocksy website opens up. There's a button, click on it. Save the plugin. Now go to Plugins and Add New. Upload the plugin and install it. Next, activate it. And there you go. Now it asks you to opt into the notification. It depends on you whether you allow it or not. I don't like all kinds of notifications, therefore I'm gonna skip it. Here are some extensions you can activate. If you want to use a MailChimp, then activate this one here. If you want to show the cookies consent, activate this one here. If you want to show the trending post, just activate it. Also, Blocksy will give you some custom widgets. Let's activate those also. And since we're going to use a WooCommerce today, we're going to activate the WooCommerce. If you want to import starter sites, then click here and just import it. If you hover on the preview, it will tell you which page builder it uses. For example, this one uses Breezy or Elementor, this one Gutenberg and Breezy. I'm not gonna import anything since we're going to build the site from the start. Now let's go to the Appearance, Themes. And as you see, there is a notification. Heads up, better WooCommerce Extra extension is coming soon. What they are telling you right now is that currently you have the quick view and floating cart in the free version, but it will be gone and it will be moved to the pro version of the theme. Therefore, if you're going to be using the quick view or floating cart and you don't plan to buy the pro version, you're not going to have it later. Probably the pro version will be released this year, later a bit, but this notification is letting you know that you're going to miss those options. So I'm going to dismiss this and open up the customizer. Here is a cookie consent extension we added. I'm going to close it right now. Okay, let's start with a header. If you hover on a header, you'll see that there is a main row. And if you click here, you'll see it's a menu. And if you click here, it opens up the logo section. Also, if you go here, the header option is here. You have elements you can add to the header and the header itself. If you click on the global header, you can activate the sticky functionality or transparent functionality. Since we're not going to use the transparent version today, we're gonna add the sticky version. Here you can select whether the sticky will be the main row, top and main row, main and bottom row, and so on. I'm gonna make only the main row sticky. Sticky effect, whether slide down, like this, or fade, like this. I don't see much of the difference, therefore I'm gonna let it to be the default. Okay, let's change the logo. Here are the 3 rows, top row, main row, and the bottom row. I'm gonna click on the logo and select the logo. Here it is. Now how to get rid of the site name here. Just disable the site title. And there it is. Next one, I'm gonna change the color of the header. I'm gonna click on the main row, design, and the background color for the default state. I'm gonna put this color here. If I want the sticky color to be the same, I'm gonna also make the sticky color the same. Now, as you see, also the sticky header uses the same color. Next one, I'm gonna click on the menu. I'm gonna select which is the main menu here, shop menu. And here I can make some top level design options. Next, let's design it a bit. Default state, the color has to be white for me. And if we hover on it, gonna be a yellow. As you see, works like that. If I want to change the color for the sticky header, I'm gonna change those options here, but I'm not gonna do it right now. Okay, so far so good. Now the main row is a bit too high for me, therefore I'm gonna change it. As you see, row minimal height, I'm gonna just drag it a bit, 120 pixels to 75 pixels. Much better. Next, the search icon does not look good, therefore I'm gonna click on it, and here I can tell what post types I would like the search to be searching, whether they are posts, pages, or products. I have a WooCommerce site, therefore I'm gonna skip the pages. I'm gonna leave only the products activated. And as a design, I'm gonna make it white. And as a hover state, yellow once more. Well, there you go. Let's publish it. If you want to change the modal background, you can also do that. Just open the search design and you can change the background here. For example, maybe I want it to be a bit bluer. Well, there you go. So first step is done. Now let's take a look. What else can we add to the header? Here are the elements. If you want to add an element, just drag it to the place you want it to be. For example, here, or in the middle, or here. I want the cart icon to be next to the search icon. There it is. Let's customize it a bit. Design, default state, white. And once more, hover state and active state, yellow. Badge color, this one with a number here, yellow again. And text, black. Well, there you go. Here I can design the drop down, which appears here. Maybe I want the background to be white and font black. There it is. Looks much nicer, I like it more. And publish it. What else can we add here? We can add the account information. Whether I want it to show the icon or the label. Label login, and if I am already logged in, then the avatar will be shown, or the label. My account, for example. Let's design it again. Default state white. And hover state yellow. If someone clicks here, he or she will be taken to the My Account page. And if they are not logged in, then the modal pop-up will appear. I'm gonna show how does it work. As you see, there is a login button. If I click on it, then the modal pop-up will appear. Well, so far so good. But maybe I want to add also a top row here. I can do that once again. Just go up here and see what else can you drag and drop. Maybe social icons. The same way you can design the top row. For example, if you want the background color to be black, just open it up and set it your color. Also, you can add your own image or pattern here. I'm gonna just put the color here. Social icons. You can add the icons here. Maybe I don't want the Instagram to be shown. I just delete it. Now you can configure the social URLs. Just click here. And here are the links. Now publish, go back. Let's open up the header again. Socials. Since they don't look good with this background, I'm gonna design it and tell it to be white. Since I don't want those social icons to be on the top row, I'm gonna move them next to the menu. Well, there it is. But now it seems to me that the menu is too close to the other elements, therefore I'm gonna move the menu in the middle. Now I'm satisfied with the header. I'm gonna publish the modification. Now I'm satisfied with the header as it is, but maybe you would like to create some other kind of header. Maybe you would like the menu to be on the left, a logo in the middle, just drag and drop them. Maybe you want two menus, just drag another menu up here, first one up here, and design it as we did before. Or maybe you want logo be on the left. Let's delete this one here, move the search here, move the menu below the logo, design the bottom row. And once again, with a couple of clicks, we just redesigned the whole header. Now let's talk about mobile menu. If you choose a tablet or mobile layout, you'll see how does it look like. I'm gonna open up the tablet view because it's much easier to see what is going on here. So we have a off canvas. It appears when we click here. This is off canvas. This is a logo again, and this is a trigger. Trigger is up here. Let's start with a trigger. If you want the trigger to have a label, just add it here. If you want the design to be a little bit different than usual, you can do also it here. And once again, I'm gonna change the color, and hover state is yellow. Let's add the label, menu. Now let's see what happens with the mobile menu. Menu type, default or bordered. You can select a different menu for the mobile. For example, I have a mobile menu for the mobile devices and the shop news menu for the desktop devices. Let's design it. Default family is 18 pixels. And I don't like the bold. I'm going to leave it as medium. Let's see what happened. A bit better. I'm going to change off canvas design also. I don't like the black background. I'm going to choose this one. Or a bit darker. Like this, yeah. Okay. Now I'm going to open up the mobile menu again and design. Font color black. There it is. Now I want to have a dividers between the menus. Therefore, as a menu type, I'm going to choose bordered, and under the design, here is the design. Items divider, let's see. Oh, something like this. And drop down font size, as you see, it's too big for a moment. Therefore, let's make it to be 17 pixels. Too big, 16 pixels, much better. Okay, I like it. Now I need to add a cart and a search here, and also social widgets. I'm gonna drop the cart and the search trigger here, and social icons here. Well, looks good. Doesn't look so good on the mobile though. There is something too much here, and I think the social icons I'm gonna remove under the mobile menu. Take a look. Here they are. but I need to tweak them a bit. As a design, default state black. Maybe I want to add some kind of text here, HTML, for example, open hours. So I like it, therefore I'm gonna leave it as it is. So as you see, the header builder is a really powerful tool and you can basically create whatever you want. I'm going to move to the general options. For example, layout. The layout is too wide for me. I want it to be 1200 pixels wide. Here I can set what is the content area spacing, or if I choose later the narrow container, I can set width here. Breadcrumbs layout is here. Buttons, all the buttons you'll see, for example, those here, you can customize those here. I like the green color, therefore I'm gonna leave it as it is. Entry content elements, whether you want the spacing to be comfortable or compact or spacious. Let's see, do we see any difference? Compact, comfortable, spacious. At the moment I don't see any difference, therefore I'm going to leave it with a comfortable. Next one, form elements. For example, let's go to the checkout page. This is our regular form. If I want it to look like a bit different, I just choose this modern style here. As you see, it changed the appearance of the checkout form. And if you want to customize it a bit more, then you can do it here. Scroll to top, yes, I want it to be visible. Now it's here. And if you see the arrow here, just click on it and you can change the design of the element. I want the icon to be a bit bigger. I want the button to be circle. Let's change the icon. And design. Shape background, I'm gonna choose the default. This one here. And shadow, maybe a bit shadow also would be great. Shadow color. Too much. Therefore, let's tweak it a bit. Blur a bit less. Something like this. Let's publish it. Next one, let's take a look at the typography. At the moment it uses system default font, but I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna choose the Poppins font. For the texts, I want the font size to be 16 pixels. Line height seems to be quite good at the moment, so I'm gonna leave it as it is. The same thing I'm gonna do with the headings. I'm gonna tell that headings also will be the Poppins font. 40 is too much for me. I'm gonna tell it to be 34 pixels. Next one, heading 2, also Poppins, and 28 pixels. Heading 3, Poppins, 24. Now as you see, I can make all the headings with a different font, but I can also leave it to the default family. That means that if the base font is Poppins, then it takes all the heading fonts also from the base font. Therefore, heading 4, 5, and 6, I'm gonna just adjust the size. 22 for this one here, and 20 and 16, well, that is gonna be 18 pixels. Also, I can change the buttons font here. Block quote, I don't like the Georgia. I want it also to be a Poppins. There it is. And publish again. Now it seems to me that the navigation font needs to be modified a bit. Therefore, I'm gonna click on it. Design, default family, but I want it to be 15 pixels. And not bold, but regular, like this. Well, there you go. If I want to change the drop down, I can scroll down here, design again, items background, white, font color, black, hover green, and there it is. You can change item spacing and the drop down width. I like the wider drop downs, therefore I'm gonna scroll it to 300 pixels like this here. I want the items divider to be there. I'm gonna add the color to it a bit more. Well, there it is. But I want the border to be solid. Good. Okay, now let's change the site title. Once again, click on it. And now you can choose a design, whether it is type 1 or type 2. I like the type 2 more, and therefore let's customize it a bit. So, it is too high for me, but first I'm gonna make the title to be aligned left. I don't want to show any excerpts here or stuff. If I want to show the breadcrumbs, I'm gonna activate this one here. Container width, default. As you see, if I leave it to narrow, it's gonna be aligned a bit weird, therefore default. If I want the container background image to be featured image of the post, then leave it like it is right now. The height, I'm gonna make it smaller, and I'm gonna disable the breadcrumbs. So container height 50 pixels. Design. Default family 32 pixels looks good, but I don't like the bold font here. Therefore, I would like it to be regular. Container background, I want it to be a darker one, and font white, like this. If you add the image to the background, you can set also the parallax effect, whether it is shown on the desktop or tablets or mobiles. I'm not gonna do that at the moment. So this is done, let's publish it again. Now let's scroll down and see what happens with the footer here. Footer builder works basically in a similar way as a header builder. You click on it, there are 3 rows, social icons, those here, footer menu, this one here, widget areas, middle row, for example, if you want it to be not the 3 widgets but 4, you can do that also. I'm gonna leave it to 3. And also you can choose a columns layout here. I will leave it as it is. Item spacing here and row vertical spacing. And the last row is for the copyright and the contacts if you want to show them. Now let's customize it. Since I want to change the background color of the footer, I'm gonna click on the top row. No, sorry, on the middle row, design, row background, and color. There it is. Now if you want to add the divider on the top row, then just choose whether it is solid or whatever color it is. And as you see, I added the divider here. So I'm gonna deactivate it. Next one, I want the bottom row also to be the same color as the middle row. I'm gonna edit the design, row background again, color here, copyright, color, design, and white. And I want the font to be a bit smaller. For example, 13 pixels. Publish. Next, let's edit these colors here. Let's open up the middle row again, design, and widget font colors. Once again, white. Link color will be this, and link hover color also this. Widget title is gonna be white, and publish. Now as you see, it basically works as a header builder, so nothing to add here. Now you have seen me messing around with the colors, but you don't have to do it. Just go to the colors and choose a color palette for yourself. For example, if I want color to be added here, I can change it. You have 3 colors, colors 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just change it as you want. Base font color, I want it to be this one here. Links colors, heading colors, I will leave those as they are. But at the moment, it all seems almost already like I want it to be. This is the original, and this is what we have accomplished so far. Now we opened up the shop page. Let's customize this one here. You have to go to the WooCommerce product archives. We have a page title up here. 2 ways to modify it. One, you go to the page title and click on the arrow, or the other one, click on edit button here. Once again, scroll down. I want it to be 75 pixels high and aligned on the left, and container width like this without any description, and font weight regular. Done. Now let's see what options do we have for the archives page. As you see, this is a quick view button here. As I told you before, it's gonna be removed from the free version later if the pro version comes out. So columns, I want it to be 4 columns, and I want it to look like that. Looks much better. So you have 2 styles, type 1, type 2. I like the second one more, therefore I'm gonna leave it as it is. Here you can enable or disable the page elements. For example, if you don't want the sorting up there, just disable it. If you want the sidebar to be shown, just click on it and it will be here. I don't like it here, so I'm gonna remove it. Now let's click on the card options here. Here you can set the image size, whether it is square or 4:3, 16:9, or 2:1, whatever you like, or you can just add your own if you want, for example 3:4 or original. But I would not suggest you to give the original because as you see, it's gonna mess up the appearance. I'm gonna leave it to predefined and 1:1. You can disable the quick view if you want, and you can change the gap between the cards. Another thing you can do is you can activate the product categories here. If you do that, then as you see, the categories appear below the title. But if you don't want it to be shown, then leave it deactivated. Let's tweak a font a bit. I want it to be 15 pixels and with a regular font. Well, it seems that medium is a bit better. And you can change the colors here. I like it so far, therefore I'm gonna publish it and leave it as it is. Now let's open up the single page. Go back, 2 steps, single product. And here are the layouts. Narrow width, normal width, with a left sidebar or right sidebar. I'm not gonna add any sidebars here. If you want the content area style to be boxed, then you can choose this here. Looks like this right now. The product information is boxed. Looks okay, but I'm not gonna use it. I'm gonna leave it with wide. Another cool option Blocksy has is a product image gallery layout. For example, at the moment by default those gallery images are below the main image, but if you want to show them vertically here, you can do that also. And you can change how big the image here is, whether you want it to be as wide as 70% or maybe 38%. Next one, once again, you can define the image preview size or custom 3:4 maybe again. You can disable or enable the image lightbox or zoom. And Here are some product elements you can enable or disable. For example, sale badge, star rating, product meta, and breadcrumbs. For example, if I disable the product meta, it's not here. If I enable it, it is here. Some other page elements, related products. If you see the arrow here, just click on it and you can set the visibility. Unfortunately, currently you cannot choose how many related products you want to show. The floating cart you see up here, this one also is a feature that is taken out from the free version a bit later. It is what I talked about in the beginning of this video. If you want summary section to be sticky, just enable it. As you see, a bit sticky here. The longer the description here is, the more it's gonna be sticky while you're scrolling on it. Ajax add to cart is a cool option also. I suggest you to activate it. So if you click on the add to cart button, it will not refresh the page, adds the product to the cart, and the view cart button appears here. Under the design, you can once again change the design and fonts. For example, I want the page title to be with a regular font. Let's take a look at the checkout page. You can choose whether the address line is optional or required. Same goes with a phone field. And you can disable or enable the coupon form. Let's scroll back a bit and go to the shop page once more. There are one cool option for the sale badge here. If you want to show the sale badge value, just click on the custom and you'll see it. Instead of saying sale, it shows a discount %. And if you want the sale badge to be shown as circle, just enable this one here, publish. Now, next one, let's take a look at the blog posts. Let's open up the blog here and blog here. Here you can choose whether to show the blog title or not. Let's activate it. And once again, we can design it as we did before. Quickly the same process, 75 pixels. Design and regular. It seems to me though that there is a small bug here. Okay, it changed it. So publish and it's done. Let's go back a bit. Now you can choose the blog structure here. Just choose the layout you like the most. I like this one the most at the moment. Now cards options, posts numbers, 4 I want to show. Well, not good. I'm gonna show 3. Let's change the order. Featured image on the top. I don't want to show the post meta. And I don't want to show the author name here. Therefore, I'm going to open it up and disable the author. If I want to deactivate comments also, I'm going to disable this one here. This is a cool option. Whether you want to show it as labels or maybe as icons, I'm going to leave it on with simple. And you can change the excerpt length here. I'm going to leave it as it is. So, looks good. I'm going to change the cart gap a bit as I did with the WooCommerce. If you want to change the inner spacing, you can do it here. And under the design, you can change the font again. I don't like the bold font, therefore I'm going to change this one here and make it a bit bigger, 22 pixels. Okay. Excerpt font, I'm gonna make it to 15 pixels. Other options, well, I like it so far. One more thing I would like to add here is a read more button. I'm gonna drag it here and enable it. Well, it doesn't look any good, therefore I'm gonna make it to look as simple as possible. And some arrow here. There it is. Let's take a look what else do we have here. So we covered all those parts. We did not cover the sidebar. If you want to use the sidebar on your sites, then you can customize how does it look like. And also you can use a sticky sidebar. That means that the sidebar will be visible all the time while the user is scrolling down. I'm not gonna use a sidebar today, therefore I'm not gonna design it either. Under the performance options, if you want to disable the emojis, just activate it. I do it always because I do not use emojis and I don't want another script to be loaded during the browsing. Lazy loading images, leave it on. It will speed up the browsing experience. Oh, we didn't cover the single posts. Let's open this one also up. There it is. Now single posts here. Once again, narrow width or normal width. I'm gonna leave it with normal. Well, doesn't look good. Maybe I'm gonna open up the sidebar here. Well, I don't like that one either though. So narrow width it is. The featured image, I'm gonna enable this one here. And let's customize it a bit. Wide width or default width. Above title or below title. I like above title a bit more. Image ratio, redefined 16:9. Looks a bit better for me. Go back one step. Whether I want to show the post tags. Yes, I do. Share box, it's here. If I don't want to show it, just deactivate it. If you want to show the author box, activate this one here. Related post, those here. If you don't want to show them, deactivate it. Otherwise, you can choose whether to show 2 or 3 or more per row. You can customize it here. Also, you can change the title. For example, you like also these posts. Comments, if you don't want to enable the commenting on your blog, then just disable it here. And box style looks like this. I don't like it at the moment, therefore I'm gonna leave this here. Post title, let's customize this. If we want to show it as we did before, enable this option. I don't like it, therefore I'm gonna leave the default option. Design. Once again, I'm gonna change the font weight here. Otherwise, looks good to me. Although I would like the background to be white, therefore I'm gonna change it to white. And publish. Next one, pages. Do we have any pages here? Yes, we do. About. This is a page. Don't worry about the gap up here. I'm gonna show you later how to fix this one here. So let's see what happens here. Normal width, left sidebar, right sidebar, or narrow. I'm gonna leave it with normal. Content style, everything as it was before. I don't use a featured image, but if I would, then I would activate it. And the design here. Page background, white. Page title, if I want to change the title here, I can do it. But I already did it before, therefore I'm gonna leave it as it is. So, couple of more things. Author page and search page. I'm not gonna go through with it, but you can customize it as we did it before with the other pages. Cookie consent is here. We have already seen it a couple of times. Let's see whether it opens up again. But you can customize it here. I like this one much better, therefore I'm gonna make the background green. Button color black, hover color dark gray, and font color white like this. And you can change the text here and also here. Button text, and if everything is okay, just publish it. I'm gonna accept it, therefore it will hopefully not be shown to me anymore. Next one, trending posts. This one here. You can choose whether you want to show the post or maybe products. Since I'm using the WooCommerce, I'm gonna show the products down here. Inner spacing a bit higher. This is a scroller here. Design, content background. Well, I don't like it. I'm gonna make it a light gray. F9, F9, F9. Like this. Or a bit darker. F1, F1, F1. And if I don't want to use it, I'm gonna disable it under the Blocksy companion. That means here, Blocksy. Extensions. And if I don't want the trending, I just deactivate it here. Okay, publish. Here are some core options, site identity and menus. All the teams have these options, so I'm not gonna go through those here. Social networks, you can add the links to your networks and they appear here since we added them to the header. Visitor engagement, if you are using some SEO plugin, for example Yoast or RankMath, then disable the schema because your plugins already do that. Well, and there it is. Now let's see how does it look like on the front end. Looks something like this, therefore I have to tweak it a bit. I'm gonna open the edit page, and first thing I'm going to do is I'm gonna disable the page title. In order to do that, I'm gonna press on this icon here. Page title disabled. If I update and preview it, as you see, it's gone. Now I have to get rid of the spacing up here. Go back again. Content area vertical spacing, custom, disabled, update, refresh, and there it is. Now I should fix also the issues here, because as you see, this is our original and this is what it is right now. So in order to keep the tutorial short, I'm not gonna go through how should I fix it, but since I'm using the Gutenberg, it is rather easy to do. Just go through the pages and fix what needs to be fixed. So updating it, refreshing it, there it is. Shop page, single product page, menu and drop down menu, cart, checkout, and everything is customizable. And the best part is that you can achieve all this without any knowledge of the programming, and you can do it also if you're first timer. Take a look at the time and you'll see it took me less than 45 minutes with the explanations to accomplish what I have accomplished. Imagine what you can do with a couple of hours of work. Now, if you find this tutorial helpful, then press thumbs up and subscribe to this channel, and you will be the first to be notified about new tutorials. Meanwhile, take care.